All right, well, welcome everyone. Monday night course spotlight session. I'm Kathy Lawson, Chief Knowledge Officer of the Great Discovery. It's always my pleasure to introduce our distinguished speakers. And tonight we have the most distinguished of all, Dr. Herbert Harris. Let me go ahead and read his bio because it's so impressive. I know so many of you know Dr. Harris, but let me share this with you. So Dr. Harris, a graduate of Columbia University in New York City, is a retired attorney who has written numerous books, including How to Make Money in Music, a highly popular guidebook to the music industry, The 12 Universal Laws of Success, a best-selling personal development book with over 800,000 copies in print, and Solving the Race Issue in America. His books have been translated into Chinese, French, Italian, Portuguese, Romanian, and Spanish. Dr. Harris is a former director of the Science of Living Institute, and he is CEO of Life Skill Institute, an international personal and leadership development corporation. Dr. Harris has done numerous seminars and workshops at churches, universities, and corporations throughout the country, including the Ethical Culture Society, Unity Church, Ohio State University, Columbia University, and Lucent Technology, to name a few. And tonight, Dr. Harris is going to talk about his new course called How to Develop Your Success Team. So Dr. Harris, it's all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, beautiful. Well, number one, thanks for the opportunity to share our course. And one of the reasons that we really put this course together was working on the Great Discovery Program. I've been a network marketing practitioner, expert, $1 million earner for the last probably 35 years. And over that time, we've seen the power of team building and duplication. In any industry, network marketing, direct marketing, affiliate marketing, sales of any variety, it requires a team to get to the top. Uh, I want to thank James and Ed this weekend because they took us through a serious boot camp. And so I did, one of the things that I did with what I learned, knowledge until you put it into use is just a nice experience. But once you put it into use, it becomes a life directive. And so I want to play the trailer for for our course, How to Develop Your Success Team. Can I share my screen?
You should be able to. And make sure if you're going to show a video, that you share the sound.
Yes. Okay, and here it is. And let me just, all right, let me and let me share the sound.
Success is not a solo journey. It thrives in the power of a united team. Unlock the potential within your team and watch as each member rises to greatness. Mentorship is the bridge that transforms individuals into a formidable force. Believe in your team's capacity to innovate, inspire, and achieve beyond boundaries. Empower each person with knowledge, and the collective will surpass unattainable heights. Your role as a mentor can turn potential into performance and dreams into reality.
Wow. So thanks, James Moneypenny and Ed Garza. That I'm going to update the course with that trailer, but that's one of the things that I learned this weekend. So I'm just blown away now that we've been able to really take this technology and use it to enhance what we've learned. The How to Develop Your Success Team, I like to come from an approach of, I like a quote, and Helen Keller said something very powerful. She said, alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. And so when we look at the idea of building a team for whatever reason, when we did this class, it was with the idea of the Great Discovery. What can we do to help our members and our affiliates build the teams necessary to create massive income? So there are a number of portions to it, but part one is to really look at the idea you need a team. That's the why. Why do you need a team? From a spiritual perspective, It says that when two or more gathered on one accord, I am among them. I am is the making power, the creative power. And so when you can get two people together, 1 plus 1 is more than two. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is more than three. And so one of the reasons spiritually for putting a team together is to create that harmonic relationship where you can tap into the mastermind. And that enhances your power and the power of every member on the team. The second spiritual principle is that every team needs a leader. Without a leader, think about this. If there were no Steve Jobs, there would probably be no Apple. There's always somebody that has to step up and take that leadership role. I like to call it the Moses principle. When I teach in Bible schools, I teach leadership principles in the Bible. And the Moses principle really metaphysically and spiritually means that you have to have somebody who steps up and takes the reins and says, let's do it. This is what we're going to do. This is the objective. And so in that context, we look at what we call the 7 steps to develop great leaders. Not just good leaders, great leaders. 7 steps to develop your success team. Step 1. Now, this is the one that I think many of us fall down on step 1, because step 1 says that you have to be the leader of you. You have to know where you're going. You know, many times we've experienced organizations and teams where the leader did not know where they were going, did not have the skill set, did not have the mindset. So to be a great leader, to create a great team, you have to be a great leader. You have to know where you're going. You have to have the vision. The scripture says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Where you have no vision, your goal will not be achieved. Your mission will not be accomplished. A leader must know the objectives. What is the reason that we're doing all of this? A leader must know the path. You know, in the military, there are 2 kinds of leaders. There are leaders who will point to a hill and tell all of his troops, go take that hill. And then there are those Teddy Roosevelt kind of leaders that jump on the horse and lead them up the hill, like, let's go. Well, the leader has to know the path. Many times the leader may not be clear, but the moment you put that mastermind concept together, the leader has a good, clear picture of the path, but when you get the power of the mastermind, it enhances it. A leader must know the skills necessary, must have skills, but also know the skills that they do not have so that they can build a team around that. And then finally, the leader must have a plan. So this is what it takes to be the leader of you, to be a good leader for the group. In network marketing, we always say the speed of the group is the speed of the leader. Number 2, once you understand what you have and what you don't have, your strengths and your weaknesses, you want to really choose people who complement what you have and what you do not have. In other words, choose the right people. A lot of people will show up. The moment a leader emerges and starts leading, a lot of people will show up. But everybody may not be the right one for the team. So as a leader, as you begin to choose the right people, many times you have to see in people potential that they do not know they have themselves. And so a great leader is able to educate, meaning to draw out of their team members the best of them. Many times a leader has to see that vision and hold the vision of another person's potential strongly in their own mind until that person can believe in themselves. Number 3, and this is critical, a leader's got to have alignment of values. You know, this idea, I think one of the great reasons that the Six Sigma training was so profound and so powerful is that at the core was this value system. You know, life is like a boat. We have many on the river of life. We have a boat. and that boat has a rudder to guide the ship, and that rudder is your value system. And so when you're putting a team together, you got to look for alignment in values, alignment in vision, that your team must have a common purpose. These values are critical. The rudder that guides the ship, those values must be adopted by everybody basically in the group. On your ship, you also have an engine, and the engine is your level of desire. That desires that thing that makes you move when you don't see the results. As they say, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So that desire is that thing that keeps you going when all else fails. You must have the right attitude, your sails or your attitude. You know, the same wind that blows one boat over will push your boat ahead. But then you must have a crew, and that's what this success team is all about. The right crew on one accord with a common vision can do incredible things. As a leader, you must really recognize that everybody's not right for the trip. Everybody's not right for every journey. So you have to carefully select those people with that potential inside that complements who you are so that you can then help mold them and help them grow into the person they can be. Number 4, a leader must operate from a space of trust and reliability. Once your team believes in you and sees you are trustworthy, that sees you as reliable, dependable, that you say what you're going to do and you do what you say. Number 5, the 5th principle. Don't be a know-it-all. You know, the value of the mastermind, the power of having a team is that all of us have something to contribute. So don't be a know-it-all. Change your ego to a we go. Seek out mentors and get advice. You know, every coach has a coach. Every great person has a person that they look up to, a guide. Create this idea of a open communication. Learn the most powerful tool that you have is the power to listen, followed by the power of patience. Move from cooperation to collaboration. Once you can do that, you have really formed a solid foundation for the group so that you can then go to step 6, which is set the pace. Lee Iacocca said that once. He paraphrased it. He basically said, if the company is failing, the leader has failed. And so the speed of the group is the speed of the leader. Any group that you put together, a success team, if they're not moving the way that you want them to move, go and look into the mirror. Once you set proper expectations for yourself and for your group, then people can execute the things that must be done and get that feeling of satisfaction. Evaluate, assess so that you can help everybody get better. And then definitely be accountable. You know, when a leader is accountable to the group, just as the group is accountable to the leader. And then finally, number 7, and I think one of the key things is what we call to be lavish in your praise and in your recognition. Now, you know, I want to thank James and Ed. I love that certificate. I mean, I had no idea. I was struggling, but I refused to lose. Sometimes you win by refusing to lose. You may or may not be the best one, but you refuse to lose. Praise raises people up. Praise shows appreciation, and appreciation is one of the most powerful motivating factors in helping a team come together. Celebrate their success and acknowledge everybody's contributions. This has been a overall outline because I want you to just get a taste of the meat inside this course. The purpose of the course is to help you become a better leader by focusing on the spiritual foundation and these 7 steps. These 7 steps: be the leader of you, choose the right people, look for common values, be trustworthy, don't be a know it all, set the pace, and be lavish in your praise. This is a free course because I wanted us to really use it. I thought that it would be a benefit to everybody in the company. It tags and segues now into two of my other courses, which I recommend that you also get. We have the course called the 12 Universal Laws of Success audio course. I think it's 1995. It's on the site, but this is 6 hours of recorded. This is me reading the 12 Universal Laws of Success along with a workbook. And so the course on putting together a success team needs a foundation, and the 12 Universal Laws of Success is a powerful foundation. We also have another course that can help you in building your team, the new you for the new year. And that's on the platform at $77. But that helps you put together a bigger vision now, which can then help you guide and direct your team. So I implore you and invite you to check out how to develop a success team, how to develop your success team to help you be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. Back to you, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harris. Oh, so inspirational. Loved hearing that. Gonna do the course. So I do want to make that announcement. We're going to use this course to pilot our course club, discussion. So I encourage everybody to sign up for it. As Dr. Harris said, it's a free course. Watch the video and then come to the concierge session next Monday at 6 p.m. We'll talk about it. So we'll use those principles to help us form success teams on the Great Discovery. So thank you so much for that. Let me open it up for questions. Who has questions or comments?
Hey, Dr. Harris,
Yes.
change your ego to a WeGo. Oh my gosh, I've never heard that before. That is flipping brilliant. I love that. Thank you very much. If there was one really golden nugget I got, that one hit me like a laser beam. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Matt. I appreciate you, man. Great, great, great.
That's good. James, go ahead.
Yeah, Dr. Harris, man, that was powerful, brother. I mean, I loved every word of what you shared, and I applaud you. I love the change your ego to we go too. You don't always have to prove or try to make people think you're right or the best. It's always best to really listen to what people are in need of and what they can contribute. And I especially love how you talk about the importance of edification. That's just, man, I love when people edify other team members because that's how you build inspiration and you build your team. So thank you so much. I'm absolutely taking the course and I can't wait.
Thank you so much, James, and thank you, man. One of the great things about being a great leader is to be a good student. And I enjoy what you all did this weekend, man. I tell you, we're gonna put it to work.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
All right, Alicia.
Well, it's Terrence. I'm on Alicia's laptop.
Awesome.
I again, congratulations, Dr. Harris. I couldn't miss it for the world. You and I have a Monday meeting every Monday. So if this is the step 7, be lavish in your praise. Because this morning when we spoke, we had a hard stop. And I'm looking at that smile, man. Be the leader. You are the leader. I call my friend Dr. HH. I'm always humbled and honored to be in this gentleman's midst, whether it's virtual, belly to belly, watching him travel, just watching him do his things. So just keep doing your thing. There are young men and women out here all over the world. They're going to be touched by grace. That's the best way I can say it. Touched by grace. Be lavish in your praise. I salute you. It's an honor to be on your team. God bless you.
Thank you, Terrence, man. I love working with you. You push me, brother, and I love being pushed. Thank you.
Thanks, Terrence. Janae?
Well, I just want to say that this is a person, if for those of you that are just being introduced to Dr. Herbert Harris, I can affirm after knowing him for, at least 15 years, maybe longer, having worked with him shoulder to shoulder, belly to belly, traveled around. I've heard him speak. He's gotten me to get up in front of the room and speak, and he's created a leader in me. And I can tell you that everything that he teaches, he has done over and over, day after day, all the time. This is not just things that have been written. I've known other, quote, leaders who are different after they exit the room, after they've created that speech and everybody is clapping and happy to be there and they hear these words of wisdom and then they become something a little different later. But this man is 100% all the time. And what he's teaching you is what he lives every day, not one day, maybe a couple of days. This is every day, every day. And it has worked for him. He's a highly successful person. And when we talk about success, we're not necessarily just talking about our bank account numbers. We're talking in every aspect of a life. And I'll just say thank you, Dr. Herbert Harris, for these gems. And I'm a forever student. I always want to improve because that's the kind of energy that you give off, constant improvement, because better is possible. I do believe that. Thank you.
Thank you, Janae. And you are an incredible student. Janae has always been a student that you give her the ball, she will run with it and she'll make it better. You give her one ball, she'll build it into five and then organize it, make stickies around it so that it's better for everybody. Thanks, Jimmy. It's been an honor working with you, my dear.
Thanks, Janae. AJ?
Well, Dr. Herbert Harris, thank you again for so many golden nuggets. It reminds me of going to CEO Space when the late Bernie Dorman was there. You're bringing all of the great collaborating experts together with people from napkin ideas to people with full-blown businesses. And I loved it how you said, the value of the mastermind, the power of having a team, which is so important as myself as a leader with the legacy of Paul Lloyd Warner and bringing a legacy that'll be a legend to the world. You can't do it alone. You have, a mastermind of people together everybody is contributing together and the leader is breathing that in and out and then as you said, after that, the power of the move from cooperation to collaboration. It's beautiful. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, my friend. And Bernie Dorman was a good friend of mine. I had the honor to spend time with him in Atlanta, before he made his transition. And we just had a ball. And his CEO space transformed so many, many lives, man. So thank you. You honor that name by speaking it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to learning from your 12 universal laws and sharing more of a great legacy of music, literary, and art to transform the world.
Thank you.
Thanks, AJ. Okay, Ron, looks like you're up next.
Yes, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Dr. Herbert Harris, man, I know that you're doing what you love to do, and you do it so spectacular. And you're glowing right now, my man. But I wanted to find out at what age or what stage in your life did you discover that you love leadership, that you love being a leader? And you can never get enough of your training, that's for sure.
Yes. Well, you know what, Ron, and I thank you for that question. I evolved into leadership after failing time and time again. I tried everything in every business. I was a lawyer who I loved trying cases and writing briefs. I didn't care that much for the other stuff. So I always was looking for this 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 freedom train, this way to get out of law, stop hanging out with criminals. And I was in everything but a hearse. Okay, I did Amway 3 times and didn't succeed. Never became direct. And what I eventually found, as a matter of fact, Matt DeMeo and I were in a company where the entry level was 5,000, 15,000, or $25,000. So you met a different kind of people. And what I learned was, in order to be successful, you couldn't do it by yourself. Okay, and you had to build a team to make money. And in network marketing, the key is, as they say, duplication. But you better learn how to multiply before you duplicate. And leadership was the key to learning how to multiply. Once you get a good leader and understand that leadership principle, then you can create a culture. Once you create a culture, it becomes self-sustaining. And so it was after I think NSA was my 13th or 14th company. So I had 13 failures where I didn't understand the leadership necessary to create a team and the team necessary to create major impact and major money in direct sales and network marketing. I hope that answers your question.
And we have time for one more because then we have to switch over to Dr. Yovanka's session. So go ahead, Dr. Monica.
Thank you, Dr. Herbert.
You are
Thank you.
welcome, my friend.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to say, Dr. Harris, thank you so much. And it's been a pleasure actually working with you and getting to know you. And the more I learn from you, the better I've become. And I really, really appreciate that. And I have gone through your course, and I gave your book away as Christmas gifts to the youngins in my life. So so I just wanted to say thank you. That's it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Monica. And I'm looking forward to your course. That course, the superhero course, was amazing. And please get it back up as quickly as possible.
All right. Oh, I see Joyce put her hand up. Really, you got a minute, Joyce. Go ahead.
I just want to say thank you, Dr. Harris. I am moved, inspired, and touched. And I put you in the domain of a GOAT, the greatest of all times. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. Goat to goat.
That's great.
And that doesn't mean he's an animal.
Of course. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks,
Okay.
Joyce. Well, Dr. Harris, thank you so much. Obviously, you can see how inspiring you are to all of us, and we just so appreciate your presence with us here on the platform because you have so much to teach us, and we so appreciate it. So,